Hello, everyone. I am Coach Shatan,
And I am Coach Carissa.
and we are coming to you today on self care as we continue the series that we started yesterday when we talked about ways to work from home. So, this is the second part where we are going to discuss the self care challenge that we had in January. It's a 31-day self challenge. And so we picked out a few that we feel really apply to the chaos that we're in right now. And we're just going to kind of go through those with you, and hopefully you'll be able to take something from those and have a little fun with it. Again, we're trying to make it fun, and so hopefully we can do that.
Yes, so the biggest thing is we hear self care and we kind of think that we know what it's about, but it's like let's remove ourselves and really think about what does self care mean
Yes.
just all together. And it's really like any activity that we're doing deliberately. And I think that's really the key word. Be deliberate with it. Like take care of your mental, take care of your emotional, take care of your physical health. It's really deliberately doing anything that's going to help you to like improve your mood and improve your anxiety, or at least reduce your anxiety. It's really making that effort to be in a good relationship, not only with other people, but most importantly with yourself. And we like to refer to it, you can call it self-care or prioritizing yourself, but you'll often hear us refer to it in our coaching as honoring yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that honor is such a big, major thing. Because when we like take a look at honor and we like really unpack it, it's like this high esteem that you're holding yourself in. So it's like when you're taking that time to honor yourself, you're going to get something really, really powerful, because it's like a place where we begin to really hold ourselves accountable. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we really hold ourselves into high regard, and we're doing things not just for our families and not just for our jobs, but we're doing it for ourselves. We're looking to fulfill ourselves and to deliberately take care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, because we know it's the right thing to do.
Yes.
And it feels good to do it. And I think now is probably the best time of all times is to do it. Normally we may not be able to make the time, but right now you have the time. So utilize that time wisely.
And I agree, because we are all on autopilot. So we just get up, every day, wash our face, brush our teeth, take a shower, go to work, go to lunch, come back home, and do what we do at home, wake up and do the same things over again. And so with things being in chaos the way it is right now, this is a time for you to really, really step outside of your comfort zone and your daily routine and include that self-care for yourself, because you are worth it.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's a major thing. It's one of the main things we have in coaching. It's always about building habits. It's how we help people to be really successful. But then when we take a look at the habits that we already have in place, we realize how often we're not taking care of ourselves, which is often why we need so much help, support, and accountability. So if we kind of start taking this and reshaping it and building that habit now, our goal is that it's going to really help you to reduce your stress, to be more excited on a day-to-day basis, because now you have something to do deliberately, and it's going to kind of put you in a different headspace that I think we all really need to be in right now. Anyway, so there's no better time than now. It's really about making the best of this current experience that we're having.
I agree. So we are going to start with our first one, which is journaling. And I think that journaling just helps you to really get in touch with so much that's on your mind, to get it kind of out of your mind and on paper. I know that helps me tremendously. A lot of times, if I just have so many things on my mind and I'm trying to get things done, and if I write it on paper, my mind quiets, it calms down, and then I'm able to get that out. So journaling is so good for your soul, literally. And especially in this time, journal about what you're feeling, journal about what you're going through, and then leave it in there. Just let it go. Once you write it in there, just leave it in a journal, and do the same thing every day. And I think we're talking about journaling for a certain amount of time.
I think it's really what feels natural. I know, like for me, While I don't necessarily journal, it's something other people can kind of try as well. I really strangely don't like seeing my emotions and my thoughts. Like I see them, I'm just like, ooh, ooh.
And I'm the opposite. I love to see where I was. Like, where am I? What's going
So
on?
I don't necessarily journal, but I do what I call, and you may have read about it, but I do morning pages and evening pages, and it's something I often encourage my clients to do as well. And that's where you kind of either get on paper, or for me, I get on the computer, and when I'm filled with like just so many things, I just type it all out and you just go. You don't worry about grammatical errors. You don't worry if it makes sense, if the sequencing is right. Like you're literally just like brain dumping and getting everything you're thinking and everything you're feeling out. And then me, I just erase it after that. But at least I got it out. I got it done. And it makes me feel so much better because my mind is clearer because I pushed all of it out and now I have room for everything that I need.
And I'm just the old school girl here. I'm just give me a book and a pen and I'm
Just
good
do
to
it that
go.
way.
I'm good. I'm good. Because I'm going to go back and read mine because I just want to see what's going on with me. Like 2 weeks from now, like go back and just look at it and be like, wow, I have really come so far since 2 weeks
You
ago.
go, girl.
Yes.
It's like I know it. I don't need to see like, ooh, really? You feel like that? Ooh. Like,
So whatever works for you, as you can see, we have two different styles, but whatever works for you.
It's still just getting it out
It's
there.
just exactly. That's
Don't
the
let it
point.
build up
Right.
in here.
Exactly. Just kind of get it out and just be done with it, you know. So that's our first one is journaling.
Yeah, but I would say the next one, and this is probably because I'm like obsessed with like kind of order in a sense, it's decluttering. Like right now, declutter the kitchen, declutter that closet, and declutter that purse. Like this is the perfect time, especially like sanitize some of the things, but this is the perfect time to start kind of just decluttering and getting some type of like order in there. Making the time for it is no longer a thing, you have the time for it. And I think it's major. And I think the greatest part about it is when you take this time to declutter, not only does it make you feel like more organized, but this is stuff that you can save for once these, quarantines and lockdowns and everything is up to go donate. If you have things in your pantry that you can't utilize or you find that if you didn't use them during the time of a quarantine, you're not going to eat them.
Right.
You don't need them. Get rid of it. Give that to the food pantry. Yep. If you have those clothes in there, you realize, okay, I can't fit them. I don't like them. It's out of season, or it's, I just haven't worn. Donate it. Like this is really the perfect time for that. So it's like it kind of gives you added incentive, in my opinion, to feel motivated to go ahead and doing that decluttering because now you have a repurposing, but a better purpose for it. So I think that is a really, really good tip, for self-care during that time because a part of, taking care of ourselves is still taking care of other people in a sense. And it's like now you don't have to feel bad about just having like the stuff just sitting around, laying around. You can do something with it.
And I actually I read somewhere for especially like those people that's working from home, if you start to declutter your closet, take some of the things while you're home working from home and wear them. Wear them. Yeah, they said wear the clothes, and while you're at home, if you're wearing the clothes and you're still kind of feeling it a little bit, then that's something you want to keep. And if you're not feeling it, then okay, well, I don't want this. But they're saying, give it one last go around for those, things that you're not saving for later, because we all have those things in the closet that we, are saving because we're going to wear it for whatever.
Once we get health coaches and lose the weight that we want,
once you get a health coach.
I can fit this again. Like that.
Yes, once you get a health coach, and then you can fit it. You might want to hold off on that. But anyway, so I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea, because that'll give you a chance to see if that's something you want. And then the other thing is, I don't know how true it is, but another thing that they say is when you declutter and you're getting rid of a lot of old things, it makes room for new things because you're getting rid of all that, stuff that you don't use anymore. And it almost becomes hoarding. And when you do that, you're not making room for what you could be getting. And so when you get rid of a lot of stuff and you declutter, and that even shredding, if you have a lot of papers around the house, that's a form of cluttering too. If you're cleaning your office or whatever, that's a form of cluttering. And just to kind of get that out. So that's just two things.
And the old energies, like think about that. It's like, oh my gosh, this outfit reminds me of this time.
Exactly.
And it's like you start living in the past. Like I want to get that back, and it's like no. Or remind you of something like, oh, here goes this box of stuff from my ex. Like no, don't
exactly.
No, let's not, guys. Let's not do that. That makes so much sense. Get rid of it. If it's in there, get rid of it.
That is so true.
Great
that
time.
Is so true. Let's
do it. Let's do it. I like that. Let's release those old energies and make room for new energies.
Exactly.
And that stagnant energy that's there. Like, let's release, like literally release it. Let it go.
Yeah. So this is a really good time for for decluttering, just in general. So I think that's good. Did you want to add something to the cluttering or?
No, I think that's a lot. If we're decluttering a kitchen, a purse, and a closet, that's plenty.
Exactly. And then we even threw in a shredder.
Yeah, if I didn't already make a habit of that, that would take me the entire 2 weeks. But after you start, you just realize like, oh, I don't want to do this again. I'm going to keep it up. So
exactly.
It works.
And that is true, because once you do it one time and you realize how much you had to do, you have a mindset like, okay, I'm not going to do this again. Like, I'm not going to let this build up again, because I don't even want to be bothered with it.
Yeah.
So that is true.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so the third thing is write yourself a love letter. That one is, again, I think that's a good one for honoring yourself. We write love letters to our husbands, our significant others. We put love notes and cards, when we give them to people.
We really honor the love notes. If someone's love language is words of affirmation, make sure you know people's love languages. And if it's your own love language, who better write a love letter than yourself?
Exactly, because you're gonna love that letter, right?
Right.
So we actually have a love letter that we put together for the challenge, and we actually put it on our Instagram page underneath that post, so that people can kind of go out there and have a look at it and to get an idea of what it's like. Because some people don't even know where to start. Like, how do you write a love letter to yourself? Who does that? But it felt good to actually do that, and I had to stop for a minute and just kind of look at it like, wow, I really love myself. This is beautiful, So I'm just gonna kind of read it to you to give you an idea. And again, it's on our Instagram page under the 31-day challenge. Write a letter to yourself if you want to go out there and just kind of use it as a template.
Yep, or visit the blog, and we'll have the link under here to go directly to it and be able to access the blog if you want to see the days that are available.
Yes.
But to also get that, copy of the love letter itself as well.
Yes. So I'm going to read it to you. So a love letter to self. My sweet, you embody integrity, beauty, intelligence, and sexiness. It was impossible for me not to fall madly in love with you. Your tender heart nourishes all who meet you. Every day I wake up overflowing with gratitude to share our lives together. You challenge me in ways that helps me to grow and help me become the highest version of myself. I promise to lean in when life gets hard. When you hurt, I'll be there. When you laugh, I'll be there. I adore you. Spending the rest of my days with you is a gift that I will forever cherish. I love you always. A love letter to myself. Now, how tender and sweet is that? That shows how much I love myself.
Okay.
Yes. And I do adore me. But seriously, this is such a good, you just sit down and you just do it and you really think about it. When I first read it, I'm like, oh, this looks like I'm writing a love letter to somebody.
But you are somebody.
Well, I am somebody, right, okay. But we automatically think love letter, write it to our man, write it to our husband, write it to our significant other or whatever. And so in that instance, you kind of think of that. But that was actually to me, to you, So I love that.
And I like it. I think it's good because it's like, some significant others tend to miss the mark. Like sometimes it's just like, I wish I would have heard them say that. I've heard that so many times in the coaching where like, I just wish that he would apologize. I just wish that she would react. I wish they would say this. I wish they would acknowledge this. And it's like, who better to acknowledge it than you?
Oh my
Because then, I
gosh.
mean, you're going to hit the mark on everything for
Mhm.
yourself. And to go back and read that, I think can be really, really satisfying,
Mhm.
especially if you're just really realizing that you've been in a place that you've been underappreciated or
Mhm.
undervalued, or that you haven't felt fully understood.
Oh,
That
yes.
I think that that love letter is perfect
I
for that,
agree.
because
I
you're going to go back
agree.
and say, these are what I needed to hear. And
Mhm.
something about it, I think, can be very fulfilling.
And a lot of us go around unappreciated. That's
Hmm.
the biggest one.
Honestly,
So
yeah.
many people walk around feeling unappreciated, and they don't say it, or they. Just walk around and think it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I think that that's a really good way to go.
Yeah.
To feel that for yourself. If you're feeling unappreciated.
Yeah, and I think that our next one, I would say, is make a playlist. I love a
Yeah.
good playlist, and but this
Mhm.
one I would say just make it a good dance playlist. And I
Yes.
say that because we want to increase the movement, and even though we're going to be talking about it more when we do our movement one, where we're just kind of helping people to not like get so stuck in like binging and eating that you start to like gain the unnecessary weight, especially with the gyms being closed. Dancing is a really big part of it. But I think taking the time to consciously make this playlist and make sure, remember, like, oh, I used to love that song. Oh, this one makes me feel good. And it really, like,
Mm,
pulls you to
it
want to get
does.
up and to
It
want to
does.
dance,
It
and then you
does.
go ahead and do it. And if the kids are home, you can dance with the kids. If you don't have children, you just dance with yourself, dance in the mirror,
That's what
but
I do.
really just let loose and like just have a
Just
blast.
really feel it. Just
Yeah,
really
just be
feel it.
free. It's like,
Yeah.
oof,
Yeah.
like let me
Yeah.
let go. Let me do this.
The one that really gets me going, and I might be dating myself here, that I put on repeat is McFadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping us now.
Ain't
And
no
yes, ain't
stopping
no
us
stopping
now.
us now. Yes,
No, no.
yes, yes. And I put that on repeat, and I just let loose. I just let loose. Don't have rhythm to first. None, none. But it feels good. Like I don't even care. Like I'm just dancing in the
Being
wind. I'm
free,
just
judgment
letting
free.
loose. Exactly. Like I'm just in the moment. I'm in the music, and that song just really, really goes deep inside of me and just helps me to let loose and just dance and just forget everything.
Yeah, and that's the goal.
Yeah,
That's really the
yeah,
goal.
yeah, yeah. So I love that one. I love that one. The next one that we have is attitude of gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with this one, just so that you can show up, especially right now, again with so much going on, we have a tendency to look at all the things that's going wrong, and we don't look at the things that's going right. So with the attitude of gratitude, you're gonna put down, 10 things that you're just grateful for. Just write them down. Just look around you. I'm thankful for my crochet. You know, I'm
Okay.
thankful for the air in my body. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. Just 10 things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful that I could do a playlist and dance to Ain't No Stopping Us Now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Just 10 things that you could really, really be grateful for.
Yeah.
Have a
And
gratitude attitude,
yeah.
attitude of
And I
gratitude.
think that if you're really struggling with kind of the times that everything's going on, then just make a gratitude list pertaining to those things. I am really glad that, the US still reacted when they did, and we are taking, proactive measures. I am
Mm-hmm.
really glad that right now I have this time to be home. I didn't have enough PTO, but now I have the time to be home. I'm really
Mm-hmm.
glad to just get a breather. I'm glad to get this extra time to spend with my family.
Oh, yes.
Like, I am glad to just be, free. I'm glad that I can stop spending so much money on our food. I'm grateful that I can work on my cooking skills. So there's a lot for it. So if you're really, really struggling during this time, which is, I mean, predominantly the reason that we're making these messages, take that and make that specific to what you're grateful for and figure out all the ways that this is good. I'm glad that it's lowering the emissions in the air. I'm glad that I don't have to get up every morning and sit in traffic and want to murder everyone. Like, be glad. Like, find the things to be really glad
No
about and
road
make that a
rage.
list. Exactly.
Road rage is not on the rise anymore.
Yep. So I would say that those would be good ones as well. Do you have anything else you wanted to add to the attitude of gratitude?
No, I think that that's really good, because it is, things outside the box. Even if it's not just regular things, just look around you. Yeah,
pick a topic, put a bunch of topics in a hat and pop them out and be like, "Hey, go to 10."
Exactly.
Do it with the family.
Exactly.
Make it a game, make it an activity.
Yeah.
Just to kind of reshape that. But I think that's good, and a good time to do that is when we're taking time to unplug from technology. I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage that you intentionally take the time to unplug from technology right now, even for 30 minutes a day. And that doesn't mean, oh, I've been so busy, I haven't been, looking at the news or looking at my phone. No, that just means you are actually doing something. It means when you're taking that, time to be intentional and to unplug, that means I just picked up my phone. I'm about to do it, but I'm going to stop myself from doing it, so I am consciously taking a break.
Exactly.
Because we're absorbing a lot of information right now, a lot of people's energies, a lot of other people's perspectives and worries, and just so many things that are going on. Just take a minute to unplug it. The world is not going to end in that 30 minutes, and if it did, you watching your timeline did not change that vibe.
Seriously, that's good. That is good.
So you're not going to miss anything that drastic or that dramatic, and if something that dramatic happens, I'm sure some siren or something's going to sound, and you'll know to pick it up. Like, just be okay with really just putting down that phone or that TV. Well, you can't put down your TV, but you know what I mean. Like, and just not indulging in anything right now. Don't look at that couple that's coupled up. Don't look at those people who like they're having so much fun.
Don't look at any notifications that come up on your phone.
Don't look at all the updates. Don't look at the trajectories, like everything. There's so many things you're taking in, especially because so many more people are really tied into technology right now, that don't honestly just don't do it. Just get away.
I agree. And it goes back to the energy, how we were just talking about the taking in the energy. You take all of that in and you don't even know it. When all of this first started developing, I was doing that. And, I'm a coach. I have the tools, but I was taking things in, my energy. It wasn't that I was worried about it. It wasn't that I was stressed out about it. I was just absorbing because I was just reading and reading and reading. Every notification that came up, I'm reading and reading and reading. And you take that in, and I realized
uncertainty.
And I realized, that I could feel it. I could feel it, in my body, and I could feel myself being worn down from it. So this is so good to just take those 30 minutes. If you can take longer, fine, but at least 30 minutes to just really not pay attention to it. Just turn it off and just give yourself a break, and go
unplug and decompress. Whatever needs to be.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. And then the last one is to dream big.
I love it.
Yes. On the dream big, what you want to do is you just want to create a list of all the things that you want to do, that you are going to do.
Go crazy.
When all of this chaos is over, you're just going to have this list that you're going to go back to, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I wrote out those 10 things that I'm going to dream big about, and I'm going to do them. Being quarantined or limited to the amount of time that you can be out, I think that this is just really going to show people just how many things that they have not done, that they can still do. And I think it's a good idea to just put that list together. And what do you want to do? You want to go to Cozumel? You want to go skydiving? You want to go parasailing? What do you want to do? Just write 10 things, And
I think it's just no task is too small and no goal is too big. I would even get super extravagant. Like, well, I'm going to go to the moon. Go to the moon, baby. Go to the moon. Like, just think of just whatever. I think that
to the moon
we need to really take an opportunity to just imagine again, even if it's not something that we know for a fact that we can achieve, really subscribe to that concept that sky is the limit, and then go beyond that. How is the sky the limit? We've been to the moon type of thing, just dream beyond that, and just say, even if it's the most outrageous thing, imagine. Just take that time to get caught up in daydream and imagine, and allow yourself to be carried away, because that's the great vacation, during all of this. And I think that that's a big part of dreaming big, because when you realize just how much is out there, it makes you realize just how limited you're really not. Those limitations are so self-imposed.
They are.
And so just really take that dream big list and just go crazy with it. Like, just with any and everything, make it some small things so that you can get those wins under your belt and just feel good. But also take those larger things and say, okay, it's going to take some time, but I know that I am going to work towards it and do it.
And what makes it even fun is, with the journaling, with the, attitude of gratitude, with the dream big list, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
It's yours. It's, you're writing it. You're the only one that's going to look at it. You're just making it fun for yourself. Just put it out there. Just, do you.
Or don't be the only one looking at it. We are like social distancing, but this is the perfect time to be like virtual BFFs. I challenge guys to upload things. If you are just dancing, upload you dancing. Let us see it. Tag us in it. If you are writing your list of things you're grateful for, share it. Let us encourage you. Let us, hold you accountable and be like, hey, you can do it. Let me just pump you up and let you know I think it's perfectly possible. Share those things with us.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Seriously,
that's true.
Let's come together and let's talk about it. Let's do this.
That is very true.
Everything doesn't have to be so intimate. Some of those things can be like, you know what? That was a good idea, guys. Let me tell you how it went.
Yeah.
Because I would love to hear it. If I have to be like doing things during this time, I'd rather be hearing and seeing what you guys are doing and what was valuable for you guys, and if it helped and what it changed, and just to see that you tried it. Like, why not? Share it. Let us know. Send it to us directly. We have our email on there, Coach's Corner at B3HLcoaching.com. If you want to do it publicly, go ahead and tag us on Instagram for B3 Health and Life Coaching. Tag us on Facebook, BE3HL Coaching. Do the same thing on Twitter, BE3HL Coaching. Share it.
Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah. And we did that. That was with the playlist. When we did the 31-day challenge, we actually put our playlist on there.
Mm-hmm.
And we tagged the artist when we put our playlist, and we did share, like 8-10 songs or something.
And share yours, because this is the perfect time to like hear new music.
It is.
So please let us know what's your dancing playlist, because I can find some new things to dance to. So let us know.
Yeah, or just to listen to in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is just like I said, a few that we kind of pulled out from our 31-day challenge, and we think those were some pretty good ones. If you think of some yourself that you want to share with us on something that you've done for self-care, if this is giving you some ideas on, oh, you know what? Now that they said that, I can do this for self-care, or I can do that for self-care. Share that with us too. We would love to hear, what kind of self-care you came up with outside of what it is that we have here.
And challenge yourself for the rest of the month. I think there's 31 days in March.
Yes.
We're going to go with 31 days, and today's the 21st. So just pick out 10 things. Go again, visit the blog on our website, be3hlcoaching.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's labeled 31 Days of Honoring Yourself. Click that and just pick out 10 things from there, and use the next 10 days specifically to just do something different. I mean, some of those are really simple, like just have a movie day, watch a movie. You're probably doing it anyway, but now you're doing it and realizing it's a form of self-care. Some are, have a spa day, get in the bath, or have a glass of wine, just do some intentions, do some affirmations, take some time to meditate. There's a lot of things on there. So I would just say, just get on the blog and take the next 10 days and just say, you know what? I'm going to intentionally honor myself.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. So thank you so much. We hope you were able to take something out of this, and
tag us, let us know.
Yeah, and make sure to look for our next. We're going to be having a webinar.
Yes.
So make sure to keep an eye out for that.
Because we will be talking about how to reshape your reality and
Yes.
turn everything that we're seeing as a negative into a positive. I know we
Yeah.
touched on some of those things with the attitude of gratitude, but we are going to be coaching you through and having a very specific webinar where we are going to give you a lot of key tidbits and a lot of ways to completely look at this in a positive light. So honestly, it's something you don't want to miss out on, okay?
Definitely, definitely. And thanks again for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.